Crime and violence seem to keep going up in San Jose, and every day fewer officers are there able to respond. NBC Bay Area obtained new numbers today from the police department, and it shows fewer officers on the streets. NBC Bay Area's Damian Trujillo broke down those numbers. He joins us live from yesterday's triple stabbing in San Jose. Damian.
Well, Janelle, the stress level keeps mounting for San Jose police officers, especially after this final week. The memorial here in East San Jose, where that triple stabbing happened, keeps growing. There were several police officers from the San Jose Police Department here, 20 of them helping out, even though this is a sheriff's deputy jurisdiction. So they were here helping out, which means several calls had to be put on hold. Roughly 92 officers were on patrol on Wednesday, but 20 had to be pulled to look for the suspected murderer on Viewmont Drive. Earlier in the day, another 40 officers were used to look for a separate suspect in a fatal stabbing at a San Jose motel.
Increasingly, we have to deal with those situations multiple times a day, and it absolutely takes a lot of toll.
The motel murder meant roughly 50 officers were left to patrol a city of 1 million. The police department says in that time, they had to put up to 10 priority calls on hold. Calls like armed robberies and carjackings. Calls involving violent crimes.
The frustration level is enormous.
And officers say it will only get worse. 41 officers have already resigned or retired in the first 4.5 months of this year alone. Sources say more resignations are on the way. That means fewer officers are having to respond to more violent calls.
The stress in police work is cumulative. Over time, as you acquire more stressors, that can have a very detrimental effect on your overall health as well.
Dr. Greg SANCIER is a former San Jose cop turned psychologist and worries about the stress on the cops who haven't left.
When you're exposed to trauma on a regular basis, there's really nothing that can prepare you for that.
The police union says by December there will be fewer cops than what the department had at the beginning of the year. The union tells me every resignation means a vote of no confidence for City Hall. The mayor tells me in response that now that the fiscal situation is beginning to stabilize, quote, we are in a position to hire more officers and offer modest pay raises to encourage our officers to stay. We're live in San Jose. I'm Damian Trujillo, NBC Bay Area News.
Damian, thank you. And many of those San Jose officers are now searching for the suspect in the city's 16th homicide of the year. The victim was found beaten behind a Jack in the Box on Blossom Hill Road near Snell Avenue around 1:20 this morning. Police say a weapon was used in the man's beating that ultimately cost him his life. No suspects have been identified.